Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Anime Enigma, and we are here starting off the very first video with a anime ranking list. Now, we have our contestants at the bottom here, as you can see. Some of them are a bit cut off, but they'll pop up. You'll see them eventually. And I'm doing this video based on anime with the most talk, the most hype, the most memes, and the good old trustworthy My Anime List rankings and ratings on there also. So I've decided to take a selection of those particular animes on the first half of the year for the most part. So if there is any other animes that I have overlooked from the first half of this year, you can let me know in the comment section down below, and I can maybe add them onto another video, or maybe I just haven't watched them. And if I haven't watched them, that makes my life a lot more exciting because that means I have a new anime that I can watch. So yeah, you can let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything that I've overlooked. But do please bear in mind that I am doing it based on the first half of the year. So anything that's come out towards the end of summer to now, I'll probably do another list. So just keep that in mind. So without having to stretch out the intro for too much longer, let's get started. And our first contestant for today is ReZero. And this one is quite a decent one to start with because I'm going to also try and do this as spoiler free as possible. Just in case people haven't watched the season, or maybe they're here to, get some insight as to how the season was, or get some anime recommendations. I don't want to accidentally spoil anything, so I'm gonna try and keep the spoilers um as free from the video as possible for those viewers. So this season was a bit less of a wait. Obviously, part one had just come out in I think the previous season or a season or two beforehand. But the overall wait between season one and season two was quite large. And obviously, ReZero is quite a different anime when it first came out a good couple of years ago. And I like that about it. So it was a bit annoying having to wait so long for the next part to come out. And this part two has remained steady. It's remained interesting. It's been good seeing Subaru and Amelia's interactions between each other really grow and really blossom and, really start to progress, for lack of a better term. And it's nice to see. It's good to see. We've been rooting for our boy, and now he's really starting to play the role effectively, somewhat effectively. One of the key things this season is, her backstory, regaining memories, and it's that was also a very good thing to kind of embark on, like go on a journey with her to see because we saw certain aspects we didn't know, we saw some very interesting aspects and have interesting insights. We've seen how a few things have kind of actually linked together also, which has also been very interesting as well. And I say all of this, but in all honesty, it was just a decent watch. And the reason why I say that is because when I think about it now, and I think about when I was watching it back then, it was more of a what I like to call a past the time anime, quote unquote. Now, what is a past the time anime? A past the time anime for me personally is an anime that I find interesting, but not interested enough where I am like so eager to watch the next episode. So Left comes out on a Monday. I'm not like running or have it in my head like the whole day that, oh my gosh, the next episode is out today. I need to watch it immediately after work or after school or after whatever. And this is what this anime was. It was kind of like oh yeah, the episode came out on Monday and today is Wednesday. I'm about to eat my dinner. Might as well put it on. So for me personally, I'm putting it in decent watch. That doesn't mean it's bad. It just doesn't mean that it really gripped me, to want to watch it so quickly. I want to watch it all the time, and I was dying to see the next episode every single week. That's all that means. So next up we have Moriarty's son. Now this was season two. I really enjoyed season one. I love I love mystery anime so much. Um, and this definitely fell into that category. Um, being a mystery anime, this is probably one of the ones that you want to try to keep as spoiler free as possible because that's the main theme of it here. So I'm going to say that with part two, I didn't like it as much. It was still interesting. I liked the ending of the season, and I liked how we got there for the most part. Um, we had a lot of new character introductions as well this season, and those characters were all quite good. They were all quite compelling. I did like them. Um, However, again, it kind of falls into that same category of ReZero in the sense of I wasn't like running down the stairs trying to break my neck trying to watch the next episode. It was kind of like, oh yeah, this is interesting. Let me just watch it. So again, this fits nicely into a decent watch. And if you disagree with anything that I'm saying, or you feel like I've overlooked anything, do let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be reading them, I'll be responding to them. And I'm quite keen to, get involved and really talk to you guys about your opinions and what you think. Obviously, let's remain sensible with our comments, and like we're all one big community here. We're all trying to be cool with each other. No need to cause any drama, and yeah, let's just keep it that way. So next up, we've got um Megalobox Nomad, and let me get a negative out of the way with this one. I got lost in the first, I think it's two episodes, maybe something like that, because we kind of opened up and Joe was like a crackhead all of a sudden, and I was just like, wait, what? What the hell happened? And it wasn't like a good like, oh, what the hell happened? I really want to know more. It was just kind of like it was too confusing. I was very rattled. I didn't understand why or what or where or who or it. I was just lost. Okay. And obviously, after you watched each and every episode, everything started to make sense and start to really, come full circle. However, that is something that I personally didn't like. The execution for me wasn't good enough when it came to that. I think it could have been maybe done a bit better. Obviously, other people might feel otherwise in terms of um how those first few episodes were executed, but for me, I think it lost me a bit too much as to what the hell was going on. It just seemed like a huge jump. And I knew that it would get covered, but I didn't like how that jump was executed. So, with that negative out of the way, I love this. I loved it more than season one, and the thing is, it did kind of catch me a bit off guard because it became more of a story than in season two compared to season one. And I say this because season one was just more about, oh, we're trying to get the money, we're trying to win, we're trying to be the world champion, we're trying to be the number one Megalo boxer. Now it's more of a story, it's more compelling, it really drives and really holds you emotionally. And I always like to say if anime can hold you emotionally, then it's already a good anime. And that's what it did really well this season. It really layered on different themes and different very, very real circumstances that a human being would go through in life. And I think that's what I loved so much about it. It was so real, it was so authentic, it was it was a nice story being told, and it really made you relate or really made you resonate with the characters that you were seeing on the screen. And when again, like I said, when you feel that way, it really amplifies the anime for me. And again, it still incorporated those megalobox and features that we did all love from season one. There was still some of that in here, and for that, I feel like that it was as full of a complete circle, as full, as perfect as they could have made it, And with that, I will put it at must-watch TV. And if the execution of the beginning was just a bit better, I would put in Peak Fiction. But for me personally, that beginning was not to my taste. So that's the only reason why I will not put in Peak Fiction. Now, the next one here, we've got Cells at Work, Code Black. I did watch the other one, but I didn't really like the other one as much. And I think probably the reason why I didn't really like the other one as much is because maybe it wasn't as dark of a theme, which is a bit strange of me to say because it sounds like I'm just just like a fiend for dark themes or something like that, which I'm not. But it was just a lot more interesting for me watching Cold Black compared to the normal one. And it's like this because um I don't know, it was just very, very interesting. It kind of caught me off guard. It wasn't one that I would normally actually watch. And I would say that because I don't know, it just from the look of it, from the feel of it, from the description when I read it on my anime list, it's just not really what I typically watch, but because of the high ratings, I was just like, you know what, let me give it a chance. And I'm happy I gave it a chance. It was really, really good. There was some good educational value, and I do love when animes do stuff like that. I know Baki does it sometimes, for example. And those educational values and really nice tidbits to take away from you sometimes, because you really learn a few things that you can just, enhance your knowledge with. I'm a keen learner, so it's nice to, watch something and also learn something at the same time. So with this one though, it kind of falls into the whole trap of past the time anime. However, as as I did find it interesting, I did find it enjoyable. It wasn't really like gripping me enough. There were some elements that were close, don't get me wrong. So it's like hovering between here and here, and it's quite strange for me to say that for an anime like this because I don't know. In all honesty, I wouldn't have thought that I would put an anime like this or even consider putting it out as much watch TV. But I think for the most part, I think it did feel more like you know, I'm not really too keen to watch the next episode. And when I say that, I mean I'm not trying to watch it the minute it comes out. So for that, I'm gonna put this in decent watch. Now, 86. This one is an interesting one because I've seen season two's come out, and season two has got an absolutely ridiculous rating already again. However, and I'm just gonna be real with you guys, and I'm gonna explain the reason why. In all honesty, I'm down here with this. This might shock a few people, and maybe I should give you guys a few seconds to marinate the fact that I'm gonna put in one of these two sections. I think that's enough marination. Um, yeah, for me, in all honesty, if it was just my list. I'd put it in not worth the time, in all honesty. But for people that are, watching this video trying to get recommendations, I don't want to paint too much of a picture by putting it down there. So I will put it here instead. And Undertaker, he's cool. The way that it was going, it seemed cool. And in honesty, I only watched 4 episodes of it. Historically, my issue is that I don't really like, or I don't really, I kind of zone out. I'm not really as interested with animes that really harp on the mecha theme. And an example with this is a very good anime called Geass. Anytime those nightmares were coming out or things were happening with nightmares, I always zoned out. I was just not really as interested. And I don't know why. I guess I'm just not that into the mecha stuff. E- Everyone has their things, and my thing is just not mecha. So that's the only reason why I'm saying I'm gonna put it best to avoid because it's not necessarily about the story because the story looks like looks like it's gonna be good. But for me, the whole mecha element, I couldn't get my head around it. It was just not interesting me enough, and I just have to put it best to avoid. When it feels like you're just dragging yourself to watch something. That's how it felt with 86. And maybe you guys can let me know whether I need to give it a bit more of a try. Maybe it's like I don't know, I need to hit episode 5 or 6 and things starts to really pick up or something. I don't know. You can let me know in the comment section down below. But in all honesty, it just wasn't hitting for me. I just didn't really like it too much. I'm sorry. Next up, we have To Your Eternity, Fushi-san. Hokkaido Night. I'm joking. I know exactly what I'm doing. This is going straight into peak fiction. I am so sorry. For the fact that the opening is so lit, the story is good, the characters are good, the twists are good. Everything was just so amazing with To Your Eternity. And I referred to earlier in the video, if an anime can really grab at you emotionally, it's already a good anime. And this absolutely does that to a T in every way, shape, and form. This is peak fiction. This is something that you should watch if you have not watched before. And maybe there's again people that are out there that'd be like 86 is better than 2 or 10, for example. It's whatever floats your boat. But for me personally, I loved it because of the fact that it really made you grow a attachment to characters. And like I keep saying, I feel like if you're able to really get the audience to really get in with a character, really be emotionally attached to them, you have done an amazing job just off of the gate, just like that. And this is what this does so well. From episode 1 through all the way to the end. The journey is amazing. The journey, you feel like you're there with them, learning, watching, almost being like a parent, for lack of a better term. Trying also not to spoil too much. You know, the scenarios that we end up in, the the characters that we meet, the way everyone is, the way the main character is, and how he's had to really develop and learn and be thrown into so many different situations and learn how to cope with them, learn what to do, just really progress as a character. I loved this so much. It was basically perfect, in all honesty, for me. And that is why I have to put it in peak fiction. So we're about the midpoint here, and I'm gonna take the executive decision here and just stop this video here as a part 1. I'm only doing it this way because I'm just. You can guys can let me know below if you prefer if I just did one long video that lasts, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, or whether you prefer me chopping it down into like 10, 15, 20 minute parts, and then you can watch them separately. I think, in honesty, maybe it's probably a bit better to do it this way, but you can let me know whether you want a bigger video. I'm more than happy to accommodate to that. And yeah, I'm excited to keep doing this. This is probably want to be one of my main type of videos. I'm gonna continue to do some more shows, maybe some characters. You guys could suggest me some types of rankings to do. I can maybe even do like I don't know, like a 2015 anime ranking list or something like that. Um, we can work together, and create some really interesting videos together. I'm quite excited to get this content out there for you guys, and yeah. I can also let you guys know that I am reading One Piece, the manga, and reading Solo Leveling. Might be doing a few review videos potentially. I'd actually like to maybe do something like that. You can let me know if you're interested in stuff like that. Um, I don't particularly read that many. Those are the things that I do read at the moment, just because I guess some things that I have read, I've had a few bad experiences. But Kingdom, Kingdom. I am very heavily considering not watching, reading the manga, because the anime has been absolutely amazing. It has been lit. Ignoring obviously the CG of season 1 and 2. Kingdom has been absolutely amazing, and I can see that it's up there with the manga volume sold every single year. So it is clearly a very, very popular read, and I guess watching the circumstance. But I don't know whether I should just keep watching the anime because it seems like they've really progressed with the production with that. And they seem like they're starting to roll out the seasons a bit more quicker because season 4 is coming out, I think, in spring of next year. So I'm a bit on the fence about whether I should actually just cave in and read or if I should just watch the anime. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below whether I should just read the manga. I might next couple of videos I might be saying, oh yeah, I'm already on chapter X of Kingdom. Let me know um whether I should hold out or just start reading the manga. I know the manga is a little bit more gory, which I don't mind. I don't mind. So yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below. And with that, I'm gonna sign off for this video, and I will see you soon for the rest of these lovely animes at the bottom here to rank in the next video, in the next part. I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and with that, I'll see you guys later.